So, I came back, decided to fight it on my own, not record it, and I wish I had recorded it
Arca spores
because...
will sprout again. Should destroy the area if I want to get rid of them for good.
Yep, no, I'm gonna do that, Geralt, don't worry. Yeah, no, I came back, and when I wasn't recording, it took me all of like 30 seconds to actually destroy them, to actually kill them. A little embarrassing, not gonna lie. Alright, that's taken care of. Give me that loot. And we had a journal on him, so let's read that as well. Why don't we? I really do like the new UI. It's kind of fantastic. It's kind of great. It's cool to see that, you know, I mean, obviously, yes, they were still working on the game because of the DLC and everything, but it's nice to see that they were still working on other aspects of the game as well. Fragment of the silver cylinder. Alright, that's important for something else. A leather-bound journal is what I picked up. I'm just looking for the leather-bound journal. There. Wait, no, that's not it. Is that it? Nope. There's a lot of books. Oh. Here we go. Contains useful information. What is this about? Alright, that really doesn't have any useful information at all. Could contain useful information, but it doesn't. But that's alright. So Regis is right around here, so I might as well just meet him at the cemetery first, and then I'll go to the city, do my exploration and all that fun jazz. I do want to see if I can find schematics for better armor. Look at that, Doe. Oh, you run from me, Doe. Run! Oh, or don't run. And then that's kind of what happens when you don't run. Sorry about that. Oh, you didn't have any meat on you. Alright, fine. See if I care. You're already dead. Alright. Regis. Regis. He's in the cave, go figure. There's another cave. There's two cave entrances here? Huh. Knock, knock. Anyone
Regis.
home?
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be. Gotta be another way in around here.
Like the other cave entrance. Oh, we got an enemy. What could it be? I mean, I can't see it right now. Whatever it is. Oh. And alley-oop. Oh, got a warrior.
How you like that silver?
Kick him more. Kikimora? I think it's a Kikimora. I think it's a pronunciation. Oh, we got more. Oh, I got the pronunciation right.
There's plenty around here.
I vaguely remember reading about Kikimoras in the books. I vaguely remember that. The downside is...
Need to incinerate these to ash.
I can do that. Yeah, not all the books are out in English yet, unfortunately. So I actually haven't read anything about Toussaint yet. What's it? Tussaud. That's the correct pronunciation.
That's some stench.
Yep, no, it smells pretty bad. I think it comes out,
Just
this
wonderful.
next year? Either this year or next year.
Closer.
Oh, you don't like the fire, huh? Go figure. Oh, that hurt me a little bit. Oh! Dodge roll. And strong attack, fast attack, strong attack. Oh, never mind.
Time to end this.
There we go. Cut him down to size. Kikimora discharge. Alright. Don't mind if I do. At some point I'll meditate because I want to refill my potions, my bombs, etc. Do I have any bombs? Okay, I have one enhanced. I have grape shot. Let's equip grape shot, why not? It'll probably be useful, who knows. Alright. Find a way into the crypt, it's very dark. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. Cobwebs.
Agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery.
How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wait, what is it?
Wherever did you get that?
He looks
Off
startled.
one of the beast's victims, found
the
by a
ring.
bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands.
Oh, the hand.
Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Don't sniff it. Oh, he's getting high. Yeah, I don't like the look of that. It was not a good look right there.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Wait, what? That's Detlef's hand?
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava.
Oh,
An
lovely.
exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Alright, if you say so.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine.
Oh.
I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I, in turn, gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy of Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Masturbating.
Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Kovinaris spent half his life proving his theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison, to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were cold to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
Look at that hand. Yeah, I don't want to... Oh, it's still moving. Oh, okay. That does not look good. I don't like that it moves on its own still. It's like cutting a chicken's head off and the chicken still runs around. Ooh. What's the raven for? Or is it a crow? I'm not a bird guy. I'm gonna say crows.
What was that?
A raven? Rather
Damn
a
it.
common sight at this latitude.
I thought it was
Very
a crow.
intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned. Him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend.
None
It will
taken.
take them some time, nonetheless. So, perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Ooh.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
I mean, you didn't, you weren't there for the entire Witcher 3 game. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Everyone's got some secret.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe it wise at times to share one's secrets, unburden oneself to those one can trust.
This your sophisticated way of asking me if I trust you?
I prefer almost always to ask indirectly. It seems a test of intelligence, one you just passed.
Maybe you should go first. Reveal one of your secrets. After all, you vampires lead very interesting lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Ooh. Oh, there's so many different questions. Oh, I'm happy now. Oh, I love conversations.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Oh, God, I love conversations. It's my favorite thing in games. And Witcher 3 is just like, I mean, it's not like Knights of the Old Republic 2, where you can just sit and talk for about half an hour straight with one person about a few different things.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
I love it.
As I'm sure you can surmise, but first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Funny you mentioned that.
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back, defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
I like how I say, I need to know more about you, and well, I mean, granted, I get to ask the questions now, but still.
Got a new life, a new body. That give you a new start? Blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Alright. Ooh, I want to know what regeneration's like.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing, but Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
For a bit, but Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
All right, give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt.
Oh, stop.
Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, someone else, yeah.
That's what interests you most? Whether I'd like to be a witcher again?
Many things interest me, but we've not much time left. Please answer.
Never chose to be a witcher. Fate chose for me. Had it been my choice, I'd have picked a different profession. A profession where I wouldn't have to risk my life every minute of every day. Maybe even one that'd earn me some respect.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment.
I'm guessing those are fireflies? Green fireflies. No, fireflies are yellow. I had to think about it for a second because I live in, the city, so I don't see any fireflies ever. Oh, they're back. I'm so happy that Regis is in this game.
Ever vigilant,
well, in the
even in
DLC.
his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Hey, where am I? Oh no, there I am. I didn't see myself. I thought I was off screen for a second.
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. for somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the Whites survived entirely unmolested.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate, it's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear.
There's a lot of them, too.
What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse, in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the White's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
So get a giant bucket, let it spit at me, and then just run like hell when it tries to attack me. Gotcha.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that White. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the White will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the White to spit into a vial.
I did!
Quite amusing as a
I
thought.
said that.
But the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
I said bucket
Tomes?
instead.
Thought you were gonna
But
make
still.
this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Alright, look for the White's Lair, read the Bestiary to learn more about spotted whites. Yeah, no, I'm gonna read the Bestiary. Okay, it's under necrophages. The best defense against spotted whites? Stay calm and leave them alone. Fragment of a treatise on spotted whites by Roderick Gilligan. Spotted whites were a subspecies of white which the witchers drove to extinction. Vulnerable against necrophage oil, igni, and Irden. Good to know. Alright, I'm definitely gonna head back to the city then. Quest updated. Alright, let me take a look at my other quests real quick. I'm level 42, so... Investigate noises coming from the cemetery in... Wait, no. Visit Guillaume in the medic's tent. I'll make that my active quest, and I'm gonna head back to the city real quick.
Greetings.
A witcher from the School of the Wolf, here in Tucson. Greetings. I'm Lazaro Lafargue.
Geralt of Rivia. Seem pretty enthused. Got a job for me?
Rather. Mind you, it's no monster hunt, but I'm sure you'll be interested all the same. I'm an armorer, see, and I've for years sought diagrams for witcher armor of exceptional quality, Grandmaster level.
Heard of them. Never seen any, though. Thought they were lost.
Not quite. For I've been lucky enough to learn that their holders came to Tucson. Alas, they then perished, but I know where. I just need a partner to help me retrieve them.
If you know where to look, why not get them yourself?
No offense, but do I look like a rough-hewn adventurer? Besides, who would serve my clients while I romped about seeking them? No, I rather leave it to someone familiar with such matters. Bring me the diagrams, and from them I'll forge for you whatever you fancy.
Sounds good to me.
All these diagrams somehow wound up in Toussaint? How is that even possible?
Toussaint was once home to Tiensail, a legendary and now deceased elfin master armorer. Witches from all corners of the world came to him to forge their plate, their mail.
Heard about him. Supposed to have been the best.
And thus he charged a king's ransom for his work. Witches would take difficult, dangerous work to earn the coin to pay him. Some, alas, met with misfortune, and the diagrams they carried were left to rot with their earthly remains.
Got it. Find them, find the diagrams. But how can I know where to look for their remains?
As it happens, I learned my trade at Jensail's side. So I heard the stories of the missing witches firsthand. What he told me, well, that is what discouraged me from seeking the diagrams out myself. We must strike a deal. I shall tell you all I know. In return, once you found the diagrams, you will let me draft a copy.
Deal. You got it.
Where do I look for these diagrams?
I know of 5 likely fallen witches, each from a different school. Of the wolf, griffin, cat, bear, and manticore. Which should I start with?
Oh, Manticore's new! Oh! Yes! Okay, I'm excited now.
School of the Manticore. Probably know the least about it.
Yeah.
Though once, long ago, wore some armor forged there.
My master said the manticores have their fortress in the far east. A century past, one of their number came to him, a witcher named Myrtle. He made a poor impression on my master. He stank like a dwarfen still, and quarreled fiercely all the time. Tiensail slammed the door in his face and told him to return when he sobered up. He would conduct no business with a drunk. The witcher, however, failed to return. Folk say he got into a booze-fueled brawl with the ducal guard. He was arrested and sentenced. Bastoy prison, where he was held, well, it's been a ruin for years. Still, you may want to start your search there.
I think I have to hear about all of them, don't I? Yeah.
Tell me about my brother, the wolf.
His name was Aton. I remember him well. My master liked him, helped him find a safe, yet well-paid contract. A few years ago, an archaeological expedition arrived in Toussaint from Castel Gropian. They questioned my master about the elfin ruins at Termes. He warned them of the danger there and recommended they take Aton as an escort.
What kind of danger did he mean? Any idea?
Monster danger.
Legend claims wraiths haunt the chambers beneath Termes.
Close enough.
I cannot say if there is any truth to this, but both the scholars and the witcher disappeared without a trace.
Okay, I want to hear all of them, just because I'm going to get all of them at some point, either on screen or off screen, but still, you know, I like having the option.
The Griffin. What can you tell me about him?
He came some 200 years ago, but my master remembered him well. This witcher was not stripped of emotions, you see, as his colleagues were. He had taken on a contract at Fort Usa and required better gear. He showed my master his diagrams, paid a deposit, and was never seen again. Apparently he rode off one night from the fort, never to return.
Any idea where he went?
No, it said he left in a rush, so he may have left something behind. Only ruins remain of Fort Usar, but you may wish to search them.
Alright, just 2 more.
Let's talk about the cat.
A year ago, Bartolome Delaunay the ducal armorer, asked me to confirm the authenticity of a Witcher diagram he had received by messenger. You see, at the time he was working on new armor for the ducal guard. A Witcher from the School of the Cat offered to sell him diagrams for a full set of gear. The diagrams would have been helpful indeed.
The diagram you saw, was it really a Witcher diagram?
Beyond any doubt. It's a shame Delaunay didn't let me draft a copy. He was quite shaken up, afraid the Witcher might simply kill him and take his coin. Possibly a well-founded fear. Soon after, Delaunay disappeared without a trace. I would have searched his former home for clues, but it has fallen into disrepair, and it is simply too dangerous there.
Alright, last one, the bear. The bear was one of the best in the base... No, the bear was the strongest in the base game. And then when you got the wolf armor DLC, that was fantastic, and that's what I'm wearing right now.
Tell me more about the bear, can you?
He appeared shortly after Master Tiensail took me on as his apprentice. I remember the bear-head medallion that hung from his neck. I remember a towering witcher who haggled like a fishwife.
Witchers never have too much coin.
True, this one clearly was not wealthy. But he pledged to bring us coin after he completed a contract at the Tufo vineyard, where a building had just collapsed. Time passed. The bear never showed, and my master sent me to the Tufo estate. As it turned out, the Witcher had indeed accepted a job. Yet that was all they heard of him, and that is all I know.
Alright. Okay. I'm just gonna cut here. I'm gonna see what he has, what anyone else has nearby, maybe pick up a couple more quests. I'll show that to you, and then we'll be on our merry, merry way.
Farewell.
Good luck on the path.
Thank you.